You are now watching Brew News, your number one source in world news. Go f*** yourself.
Yo, what is up? This is Brew News, your number one source in world news. We are broadcasting from China today on this beautiful August 5th, 2018, where the trade wars with the US have apparently reached a climax. We are getting word from Chinese state media that the government of China has sent out communiques to all Southeast Asian countries, as well as the surrounding Pacific countries, that they are at risk for invasion unless they sever all ties with the US. Even those countries that don't have anything to do with the US, because they are bordering countries that do, are at risk for invasion. This includes the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar. We will keep you up to date if any more news comes out of the Chinese state media. This just in, we are getting some breaking news. Apparently, President Trump has responded to President Xi's ultimatum on the Southeast Asian countries. And of course he did it via Twitter, in which he states he would like Xi to give him 1 month time to train for cardio, at which point he is going to fly to China and systematically bitch slap each and every one of the 1.4 billion people of China. And this just in, he sent out a couple more, okay. Apparently he has stated that he is going to set up business in China, where he is going to turn all the remaining panda bears into beef jerky. And what? I know, I am not reporting that. There's no way I'm reporting that. Remember, guys, I only report the news. I don't create the news. President Trump on Twitter stated he was moving his business, or a business, to China to make jerky out of the remaining pandas, but not before We are now getting some reports of Chinese military troop movements along the border with Vietnam and Myanmar. If anything comes of this, we will be the first to report. Remember to tune in here. Don't watch Pew News or fake CNN or Drama Alert. This is your number one source for world news. This is Brew News. We're getting some new news here in Brew News. Apparently, President Xi has finally responded to President Trump's threat, in which he tweets to the president to suck his Asian chode. An attachment? Apparently there's an audio attachment. Can we play that for our viewers? Cute. Yeah, hit it. We are getting a breaking news here at Brew News. China has invaded Vietnam. Apparently this started off a tweet in which President Xi told the president of Vietnam to suck his Asian chode, blocked him on Twitter before he could respond, and then invaded his country. We are getting satellite imagery in from the area of Vietnam, where it appears like Hanoi is about to fall to Chinese troops. This is a godforsaken bloodbath. Hanoi has officially fallen, and most of the Vietnamese troops are pinned down and have been cut off from their supplies. This is not pretty. New satellite imagery is showing Chinese panzer units advancing through Vietnam against little resistance, inevitably heading towards Ho Chi Minh City. President Trump could not be reached. His advisor has stated he is working on his cardio. We are getting reports that the Chinese have now captured Ho Chi Minh City, and with it, Vietnam has capitulated. We have got breaking news in here at Brew News. The Chinese have invaded Cambodia and Laos simultaneously. Apparently, a tweet was sent out to both leaders, which was a blank video with just an audio file. Boom! Laos has capitulated. Can we get that queued up? Yeah, hit it.
These bombs are about to explode. Need you to grab your nuts and come and show.
We've just got an update on the Chinese-Cambodian war. Cambodia has officially capitulated. This just in, President Xi has sent out a tweet to the leader of Thailand. Can we get that up on the screen? Another suck my Asian chode. We can only imagine that there's going to be a war declared on Thailand at any moment. Can we pull up the satellite feed? Yep, and there it goes. We were correct in our assumption. Chinese panzer units are closing in on Bangkok while the countryside is being absolutely wrecked by infantry and mechanized divisions. This just in, the capital of Bangkok has been surrounded and it has just fallen. You are getting this breaking news here on your number one source for world news, Brew News. This just in, we are getting breaking news in here at Brew News. Thailand has officially capitulated. I guess the bullying technique of telling somebody to suck your Asian chode actually works. We got more breaking news. China has just launched an attack into Myanmar. And of course it started with a tweet in which meaning President Xi, told the leader of Myanmar to suck his Asian chode and then proceeded to block the leader of Myanmar. As you can see by the latest satellite imagery, the country of Myanmar is holding on by a thread. Their defeat is imminent. Apparently telling another leader of a country to suck your chode is an advanced military tactic because the Chinese army has not lost since. This just in, Myanmar has officially capitulated to the Chinese. It was a godforsaken bloodbath. We are getting breaking news in here at Brew News. Coming out of Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, apparently their broadcasting systems have been hacked, and there is but one thing playing on every channel. Can we get that queued up? Alright, hit it.
These bombs are about to explode. Need you to grab your nuts and come and show.
This just in, breaking news here at Brew News. The Chinese have now officially launched their invasion of Malaysia. They are already closing in on Kuala Lumpur. It is a godforsaken bloodbath. Boom! Malaysia has fallen to the might of the People's Liberation Army. In what is now being considered the biggest show of disrespect the people of Singapore have ever endured, they were invaded and taken over. That's not the bad part. The bad part and the most disrespectful part about this is they did not even get a tweet from President Xi about his Asian chode. We are getting breaking news in from Indonesia that the Chinese invasion of Indonesia has been launched and appears to be successful. It must be the power of the chode. Welcome to Brew News, your number one source in world news. We are getting breaking news out of the Philippines that they have received the feared President Xi tweet. And it looks and appears like an invasion is happening as we speak while we are on air. Chinese forces are landing in the Philippines. Boom! Just like that, we are getting word in that Manila has already fallen to the power of the chode. Boom! This just in a final naval invasion. Indonesia has finally capitulated. We are getting news in to Brew News. The capitulation of the Philippines may, and there it is. Boom! The Philippines goes down. This just in, Papua New Guinea has fallen to the power of the Chode. For any and all world news, stay tuned to Brew News, your number one source in world news. This just in, we are getting breaking news out of India. President Modi has received the feared tweet from President Xi of China. Can we get that up?